These scammers are getting more sophisticated. There's new scams popping up pretty much every week. In fact, I had 2 attempted scams on me in the past few weeks, which is why I decided I want to sit down and share with you some common scams that are out there. Some of these are new, some you may have heard of, a lot of them maybe you haven't, so we can all just be more aware, be on guard. The first one I do want to cover is a scam that happens here on my channel, and that is the giveaway scam. So what happens literally daily is people make fake accounts pretending to be me. They use my picture and they say, Telegram me to claim your prize. Then they will ask you to pay like shippings or a custom fee to ship the prize out to you. First red flag here, I would never ask you for money, okay? I'm giving you something. I'm not asking you for something. Secondly, look at the username. If a message is coming from me, there is a verified check mark next to my name and it's highlighted black on YouTube. So this is what it looks like when it's really from me. This one is clever. And if I hadn't seen a TikTok on this, I don't know what I would do. So basically the Venmo scam is somebody will send you money on your Venmo and then they will message you and say, I'm so sorry, I accidentally just Venmo'd you $900. Can you send it back? And what's actually happening here is somebody has obtained a stolen credit card, used the credit card to send you money, and then you are going to send it back to them. So then they get to keep the money. So if this happens to you, if you get money sent to you from an unknown source, or maybe sometimes it is even coming from someone you know, contact Venmo. Don't just send them the money back. Contact Venmo, because one girl who this happened to, it was actually from somebody she had done a transaction with before, but her card was stolen and her account was hacked. Contact Venmo to authenticate the transaction and to ensure that it wasn't somebody whose account was hacked. Another huge one that's newer, that's been happening to me almost weekly, is the unauthorized charges scam or renewal scam. So you get an email saying your card has been charged $435 for an annual subscription of Norton antivirus or of some other random thing that you did not subscribe for or purchase. And they'll say, if this charge was an error, click the link to dispute. And then you click the link, you enter your information, and the scammer steals it. Huge takeaways here that just apply to everything is never, ever, ever click on a link from an email or a text message that takes you to a form to submit your information. Always go to the original source. So if it's Bank of America and they send you an email saying, someone's trying to hack your account, click the link. Don't click the link, go to bankofamerica.com and log in through the actual website, or call the official number listed on their official website. Next type of scam that is becoming insanely common are job scams. A hiring manager or a recruiter will contact you either through email or on LinkedIn, and they'll seem very official and they'll say, we saw your resume, we want to have you interview for this particular job. And in some cases, they have a real person and you do a real interview. And where they get you is once you're hired, they have you fill out your job applicant information that includes all of your sensitive personal information, your social security number, all of that, which they then steal. So here's the big tip for this one is look at the email address that it's coming from, then go to the real website of the company, go to their contact page and see how their email addresses look. Sometimes it will be very, very similar, but one little detail will be different. Also, you can go on Google and put the organization name and hiring scam, see if anything comes up. You can put the email into Google and see if anything comes up. This one is kind of similar, and this one happened to me, and it is a fake rental agreement. So back when I was 10 years ago looking for apartments, I found this amazing apartment. It was so beautiful, and it was a great price for what it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need this apartment. Email to do a tour, and they're like, well, it's very competitive. If you want it, you have to submit your rental application now. So I started filling it out, and then I realized, wait a second, they need my social security number here. And that's when it hit me. This is probably a scam. Something looks too good to be true. It may be, especially when it comes to apartments, rentals, things like that. On Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of scams going on both sides of the transaction. So sellers are having people come and buy stuff, and then they have a fake check, like when they go to cash it. And then from the buyer side, they'll send the money and get nothing back. So the tip of what I've seen to avoid this is apparently if you do the transaction on Facebook itself, through the Facebook Pay program, you are protected. So I wouldn't do like a cash exchange or check exchange. If you were a parent, this is the number one scam. I would talk to your kids about this, especially if they are tweens or teens, and it is a sextortion scams. And what somebody will do is they'll reach out, they'll start a friendship, a relationship, and they can find you on Facebook, Instagram, dating websites, whatever it is. And once you have established a relationship, they will exchange pictures with you, compromising pictures. They may even send you pictures first to make you feel safe and then ask you to send them pictures. And then what they do is once they have your compromising photos, they say, we are going to share these photos with your employer, with your family, with your friends, with your school, unless you pay me a certain amount of money. So my personal big rule for life is I just refuse, never, ever will even take any type of compromising photo. I don't trust the cloud. I don't even trust it just being on my phone. I don't trust anybody enough to send them the picture. Like, expect the worst. And that's a great lesson to teach your kids. Another scam that scares me the most, and this one happened to one of my girlfriends a couple weeks ago, and that is a door-to-door impersonation scam where somebody came to her door saying that they were the police doing an investigation and needed to come in and ask her some questions. But she wasn't home. Her nanny was there with her kids, and the guy just seemed a little weird and sketchy, and he kept looking around. Now, my hard and fast rule, because I'm over here super paranoid, you always want to ask for their badge or verification. Don't just open the door and like trust they are who they say they are. And it's sad that we live in a world where this is the case. Last one is one that shakes me to my core the most, but they are deepfake impersonation scams. So with the advent of AI and new technology, the scams are getting very sophisticated. So you will get a phone call, let's say it's from your sister, like it's from your sister's number. You see your sister's calling you, you answer it, and it is someone saying, I've kidnapped your sister, I have her here, and if you want her back safe, you have to send us money. And what these scammers are doing is they're targeting people who are traveling. So you know your sister's traveling in Aruba, you get a call from her number, and there's a kidnapper on the phone, and there's someone in the background screaming. So they are really capitalizing on your emotion. So there's that scam. And then there's also the second layer of this is now AI can clone people's voices. So it may even sound like them, like their voice, and they are in distress, but you want to contact the police if something like this happens to verify, and don't just send them money or wire somebody money. And I know it might maybe even be tempting in that moment because you'll do anything. You want to go through the police. Oh, and one last one, because this one has happened to me once, is somebody calling from the IRS saying that you owe money. Anything from the IRS, I'm like instantly like panic mode. I once had someone call from the IRS and saying like, we can take care of your outstanding balance of like $500. And at a certain point, they asked me for my information. And I'm like, wait a second. If you're the IRS, you would already have that information. And that's when it clicked. And that's when, again, we're circling back to our big life lesson. Go through the official website. So go to irs.com, log in there. And sure enough, did not have a bill. It was a scammer, and they're using something urgent and scary to try to like scare you into paying right away and not verifying. There's a lot of scams out there. We're just going to be careful. We're going to be cautious. And the few big takeaways from all of these scams: don't click on any links or give information to anyone over the phone, through a link on email, a link on text message. You need to go to the official website of whatever it is, log in, and make sure that that's actually legitimate. Like, we have to be on guard, and we have to kind of assume that there are people out there who unfortunately are trying to take our information. Always verify where something is coming from. Look at the email address. Look at every single letter, every single detail, go to where it's supposed to be coming from, and verify that the email address is how they actually should look. Last but not least, anytime you are giving sensitive personal information out, especially your social security number or your bank account information, you want to do a double verification of the source. Like, always be on guard. Also, leave down in the comments any scams that you either know about or have been attempted on you, or you have fallen for at some point in your life. Please share this video to help spread the word, to help others that you love and your friends and family. to also be on guard for different scams that are going around currently in 2024. Also, if you want a really good story, watch my video on my Moroccan scam story time. That was a doozy, and wow, I cannot believe that happened. I still cannot believe that actually happened. I will have that video here. Watch that next, and we can all laugh at me together. With all of that said, don't forget to subscribe again if you're new, and I will see you soon with a new video.